Hello, my name is Alex. I just want to make a video on my thoughts on the two boxes that are currently available for Kill Team. This is the Kill Team Octarius box, which is the starter box, and the Kill Team Chalnath box, which is the expansion. I'll be covering what you get inside each box, as well as a comparison between them, whilst also covering the prices and comparing them to see if they're worth the money, or if I believe they're worth the money. Hope you enjoy the video. They've announced the new Sisters of Battle versus Tau, which is the Chalnath, I believe it's pronounced. This is the Octarius is the starter box, which costs £125. I don't know what that is in dollars or euros. I'm currently in England, so I'm using pounds. The Kill Team Chalnath, however, is only £105 as it's an expansion instead, and there is some differences in what you get, and I just want to do a quick comparison to see whether or not the Chalnath is worth it in comparison to the Octarius box. So quickly go over what you get in the Octarius box and what you need to play the game. So you get two armies, the Death Corps of Kree, so you get 10 of them, I believe. There's many different ways you can build them, really good customizations in them. And then orcs, I believe you get 12 models, 10 of them being orcs, one of them being a bomb squig, and one of them being a goblin. There'll be some images of them actually. So there's the Death Corps of Kree. You've got your commando orcs, very unique models. Most of them are specialists. In fact, if you can build it in a way where all of your models are specialists. So you get quite a lot of good, unique looking models. I mean, I love the orc sniper. I mean, it's a belt-fed sniper rifle. Is it really? I guess it is a sniper rifle. Yeah, some absolutely amazing models in this. However, I probably will make another video just on this box alone if people are interested. So you get 5 large pieces of terrain. These all interlock with each other, so you can build one big fort if you like. If you can see here, down the edge of each of them, it's kind of like a jigsaw bit where they'll fit together. They interlock with each other, and it's really well done. So it's quite like seamless, especially with the orc aesthetic, where it's all like bashed together. So you get 5 good bits of heavy terrain, you get 5 bits of light terrain, you get 3 loot piles, which you could also use as light terrain or whatever you want. You get 6 barricades, which you use actually in the Kill Team. I don't know if you understand the rules, but you get to set up, if you understand the rules yet, should I say. For those that don't, you get to deploy 2 barriers each, and there is a way that you can choose to have a third one. So potentially there could be 6 barriers that get used in a game, because each person can have an extra one. So you get given all the barriers you need for a game. Might be able to show you better on these where they connect. So if you can see just on this side here, it will connect to the similar shape as this one. So if you had 2 of the same pieces of this one, and the other bits all connect the same, so I think like the left part of it always this one, the right part's always this one, so they'll just interlock with each other. You also get given the cards that you need to play the game in the box, which is very good. You can buy these separately. For those that don't know as well, the measuring in Kill Team isn't, well, it is inches, but they use a different unit of measurement, so they use like triangles, squares, circle, and pentagons. There's a pentagon, 1, 2, 3, 5, yeah, pentagons. Pentagon is 6 inches, the circle is 2 inches, squares 3 inches, and triangles 1 inch. So you can still use a tape measure. All the measurement in the books use these, not inches. There isn't actually any inches written down anywhere, even when it comes to shooting. So it is good to learn this if you don't know that what each of them mean. Like triangle is 1 inch, square is 3 inch. You get given 2 of the ones with circle, square, triangle, as you can see, and one with the pentagon. So each player can have one of them and share the 6-inch one, or you could just measure the 3 twice, or 2 3 times, so on. Also gets given 10 dice, the actually Kill Team themed orange and black, which I really like them. You could play a game straight out of the box with the things they give you. You also get given the core rulebook. You get the rules for the Octarius, got the rules for that. They'll also have the rules for the Veteran Guard and the Commando Orcs in this book. This is where you actually get the rules for them. You can additionally buy a compendium, which is here. The compendium, which costs £30 here in the UK. This will have every other army in it. So like for instance, I've picked this up because I play Death Guard as well. So this will have my Death Guard rules in. If you played, I don't know, Tyranids, this will have this. This is where you find that. The Commandos and the Veteran Guard, the rules are in the Kill Team Octarius book. So these are your cards that you get given You get some transfers as well, which are very nice. You also get all the tokens you need, and you may not think this is important, but it is a big deal. Again, for people that haven't played Kill Team 2.0, I probably will make a video about this, but I'll just quickly go over it and why it's quite important. So you need to set your models to be concealed or active, I believe. I forget the name of the other one, but it allows you. So when you've got the little crosshair thing, you're allowed to shoot or charge to fight. When you're in concealed, it makes you slightly hard to hit when you're behind cover. There is ways around it. Again, not going to go too much into it, but you need to declare what your models are, and there's different ones as well. So you've got objectives, and then they even flip over to show the black side from orange. Markers to show that your characters are wounded. There'll be there's lots of different markers, and you mainly just need these ones here, the activations, just to keep track, because there'll be too much going on. Especially you could play, for instance, the Veteran Imperial Guard, and you could have up to 14 models, and you can't remember them off which ones are concealed and which ones aren't, and then which ones have been activated and which ones haven't. It's a lot of juggle without the markers, so the markers are very important. Or you could obviously proxy in your own markers, but it's nice getting these ones. You do get a board. The one drawback with the board, which we will compare to the board you get in the new expansion box. The drawback of the board is it's different pattern on each side, but it is the same terrain. I mean, you could also see it as a plus as well. So I'm basing my models, both the Imperial Guard, the Veteran Guard, and the Commander Orcs, as the same base as this. So I'm trying to get as close to that as possible. Yeah, that's a slight drawback. Is the board is reversible, however, it's pretty much identical. So that's the Kill Team Octarius box. We'll compare it to the expansion that they've got. So this expansion is £105. The Octarius box is £125. So for £20 more, you can get the Octarius box. Right, in this box, you get 2 fire teams again. You get the rules for the fire team. The terrain looks a lot more Sisters of Battle inspired and themed, which is fine if that's what you like. However, I find a lot of the Warhammer terrain is already looking a lot like this, while the Octarius box terrain is very unique. There's not much orc terrain I've saw that you can just pick up. So you get 2 larger bits of terrain. I would say they're larger. They look as if they're about 6 inches tall, while on the Octarius box these are 3 inches. But you only get 5 bits of small terrain, 2 large bits of terrain, compared to what you get with the orc bits. You get 5 large bits, little bridges that link between platforms, lots of little walls, things like that. Also, you don't get the barricades, you don't get the cards. So if you've noticed, you don't get anything extra, you just get the basic terrain. You get the book for the rules for the Tau and the Sisters. However, their board is reversible, I believe, which I do like. That is a definite plus about this box. For £20 less, you are missing quite a bit, but I believe that's just how good value for money the Octarius box is. It's a little bit hard to say whether or not it's worth. I think it's more so if it's the armies you want. Definitely for this box. However, you could just pick up this box for the terrain, because the terrain is fantastic. So quickly go over what you get here. So you do get your Sisters. I believe there's some sort of story behind these where they haven't got power armor yet and they're working towards the power armor. I don't really follow Sisters too much, but I do know that the models are all very unique and good looking. I do like the look of each of them. There's not a model I wouldn't enjoy painting. There's the Tau as well. It's a bit hard to see white on white. Amazing looking models. I believe these are Pathfinders. I think there's an upgrade sprue, and the original Pathfinders with the upgrade sprue put in this box to then upgrade them further. You do get 5 small bits of terrain and 2 large bits. It's nice looking terrain again, but it might be all unique. I don't know if they sell this range separately, but it looks a lot like a lot of other terrain that you can already get from GW. Again, you only get 1 book, which is the book for the Tau and the Sisters together. So this is the board. It's only slight different colours, but it is nice having 2 different types, while this board is pretty much the little bits of rubble that are on the ground are slightly different on the reverse, but it is the same colour and same dirt. Well, this could make it look as if you're battling 2 different things, or you could have one as a nighttime, one as a daytime, but I don't think it makes too much of a big deal, because you only can really use one side, and I'd rather have more terrain that you can use at once than having a reversible board, because you can't use both bits at once. That's not 2 boards, that's the other side of it. In case you thought you get given 2 boards, you don't. You only get given 1 board, that's the reverse. So, quick recap of the differences between them is that you are missing quite a lot of books. So you're missing the core rule books. you're missing all the little tools you need to play, from the tokens to the cards to the little barricades, how you get given 2 of them per fire team, and then you could potentially have a 3rd per fire team, so you don't get given them as well. Also, you're getting less terrain. Yeah, you are getting a reversible board. It's different armies, so it is dependent on your army. So there's a lot of stuff to weigh up, but only worth £20. If I go to the Kill Team section, I believe you can. Yeah, you can. So you can buy the essentials and things like that separately, so let's work it out. So in the Octarius box, you don't get given the compendium, and the compendium, I believe, currently costs £30. Yeah, it does. So you can up that to £155, right? Let's just put them together. So that's £155, you've got everything you need to play the game, as well as you can have expansions, you can your own armies if you've already got them, like I've got Death Guard, I've got some Tyranids, I've got some Space Marines. I could quite easily make kill teams with them using this book. So we'll include that, so £155, and that gives you everything. And then if you go to the expansion that's coming out, you still need the TAC Ops cards. You don't need the compendium, but I'm including it in with that box. So that's another £30. The Kill Team Kill Zone Essentials, like the measuring things, the barricades, the little tokens, all that sort of stuff. That's an extra £20. You can buy that as a bundle though. Kill Team Essential Collection, which gets the core book, the compendium, which is what's missing from the expansion box. You also get the pogs, all the little measuring, the barricades. You get them that are missing. You also get the cards as well, which are missing in comparison to this box. So that's an additional £92. So that goes up from £105 to what's that, £197. It actually works out that this box would be more expensive and you're getting less terrain if you were using that as your initial start. I like it how they haven't repeat stuff, because you don't need an additional set of all the core collection stuff. You don't only need 1 set of cards. They give you 2 in this box, but I guess it's 1 per player. You don't need an extra rulebook. So I understand it's advertised as an expansion, so you don't get the same stuff over and over again, which I do like, but I just feel like for £20 less, you're getting a lot less. You don't even get given dice. But overall though, I think it definitely comes down to what army you want. The new expansion as an expansion is good. I don't feel it's worth as much value for money as the Octarius box, but I do believe that's because this is such a good deal. If you were to compare other terrain from the Warhammer 40k. So £90 for, what's that? Is that 2 boards and probably not even that much terrain when you think about it. It looks like a lot, but you're probably gonna have these pipes all laid out and joined together, so it's not gonna look like that much. Yeah, it is two mats. See, that doesn't look as if it has anywhere near as much going on as this one, and that's £90. So maybe this is still really good value for money. It might just be that it doesn't look as good compared to this box, but it's still really good value for money. You are getting 2 fire teams, terrain, and a board and the rules for your 2 fire teams. Some people might not even care about the terrain, because I know a lot of people don't play at home, they only play at gaming stores, so that might not even be a thing that bothers you, and you might only be buying it just for the Tower and Sisters, which is another thing that you need to work out. It's all subjective. Obviously this is just my opinion between them both, but I thought it would be interesting to do a video on. So this looks like you get 2 large bits of terrain, and then a lot of little bits, so you can kind of compare that somewhat to what you would get in this box. 2 large bits of terrain, a bit of scattered terrain. Maybe this actually comes with another large bit, but so you're looking at £55 for the board and terrain. So overall, this looks a lot more appealing, because you may be picking up your 2 armies and the book for half the price if you think about it that way. I definitely do see this as good value for money. It's just not as worth it as the Kill Team Octarius. The good thing is though, if you already have terrain, this is going nicely with most other terrain. While I imagine it's harder just to fit in the Orc terrain, there's a lot more terrain that works with this box than the Orc box, because that's very unique terrain. It's double-edged sword, I guess. Yeah, so it's all preference. If you're new to the game, would recommend this one, providing that you'd have no preference of army. However, if you do prefer Tower or Sisters, this one is still extremely good. Yeah, but that's my overall opinion between the 2 boxes. I just thought I'll make this video as this box has just been announced for pre-order. So thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed the video.